My name's Andy Sterling. I work for the Coeur d'Alene Police Department, and I'm assigned to the K-9 unit. I grew up hunting birds and things, so we've always had dogs around the house. The thing that drew me to the K-9 position was I saw it as a way to serve the patrol division, because K-9 is a supplement to the patrol division.
Amy Nisley, I'm a canine handler with the police department. I've always been a dog person. I grew up with dogs and stuff. When I was a little college kid, I did some agitator training with the Spokane Police Department and got really into it then, and decided whenever I became a law enforcement officer at some point, I always wanted to be a canine handler.
Halo was probably one of 3 German Shepherds. The rest were Malinois and Dutch Shepherds. I had my lieutenant with me, making sure that I didn't make an emotional decision, that it was based on facts and performance. And so it came down to actually the choice between a Mal and a German Shepherd. I don't know. I like the Shepherds.
We have a furry bond. I mean, you spend a lot of time with them. In the initial training, a lot of time training, and then we spend a lot of just time, on duty, off duty. So you end up with a pretty strong bond. It's pretty neat because they're smart. They pay attention and stuff. So it's cool. It's a cool bond. There's
a lot of puppy in him. Even when he's working, you'll see him prance around like a deer. He likes to play. He'll go into a play bow and things like that. So it's really fun to have a young dog like that. The benefit to that is you get time to grow with the dog. So I get roughly 9 years with this dog. So we're gonna have a long history together. We're gonna have a lot of memories and a lot of, good times and things like that.
Pecco spins in circles. That's his thing, like non-stop. It's a Malinois trait. So yeah. He's special. He chews up the back of my car. He's deployed the airbag in the back, but he just chews the crap out of the back of my car. So it's not really a special story, but he's special that way.
So at Spokane Police Academy, they have an obstacle course. It's got tubes and it's got A-frames that the dogs crawl over, and it's got fences that they jump, and it's got this big long tower with pedestals that they jump up to get to the top. And then there's one big long ramp that goes up to the top, and I guess it probably sits about 12 feet off the ground. And Halo being a puppy, during the middle of an obedience session, decided he was done today. And he ran up the ramp, and he sat at the top of the ramp, and he just looked at us, and he wouldn't come down. I called him. This is a dog that will come to me on command, but that day, for whatever reason, he decided he had had enough. And working Max, a narcotics dog, I've had similar experiences with that same behavior with Max, is where some days they're not into it, just like we are. Some days we're not 100% at work either. And so it was funny, because when I was going up to get him, the sun was setting, and a friend of mine, a classmate, took a photo of me walking up to get him. Halo loves life. That's what they say. It was said to me more than once. Halo loves life.
And there was this little goofy Malinois in his kennel that when they first got him, he wouldn't come out for like 3 weeks. And that's the one we picked. Once we tested him, all of his drives were really high, and I was like, what is that little guy's deal? But he worked out really good. He came back, he's skittish. I don't know what happened to him in his prior life, but he's kind of, he's pretty handler sensitive at this point. He isn't real friendly. He's not the dog that little kids can come up and pet, but that's not his primary function, so you just have to keep that in mind. So yeah, I mean, once you spend all that time with them, you get a bond with them. They got their little quirks, and other people are looking at him spinning around like an idiot, and I'm like, yeah, that's my Malinois. So it's like, I don't know, they're also unique, and then like Andy's dog is a German Shepherd, so he's got some different qualities of a Shepherd, and then Pecco's got this Malinois, his little quirks, but I mean they're different, but he's cool. Yeah, so there's a huge bond once you spend a lot of time with him and stuff.
And at the end of the day, you just hope they catch the bad guy.